Okay, are we live now? I'm going to suspect that we are live. I'm going to assume we're live now. Hey, welcome to the podcast tonight, our weekly podcast. I'm Joey, only the Caribou Weather Dude. This is my channel, YouTube channel, and it's been a busy couple days up here in Wells, and I got to start telling you about everything. Yeah, so we've had a number of thunderstorms that started in the area over the last 24 hours here. I mean, there's been thunderstorms everywhere in BC, so we're going to look at that intensively tonight. Every storm is going to be on the radar. I was up doing what I do, watching storms on top of the mountain and seeing fire start here in Wells last night. Called it in, met up with ministry crew, pointed them in the direction. And that's that. So then today the Bombers were hitting it this afternoon. I was up there filming it. So that is now on my channel as well. You can watch. So if you're watching this after the fact, you're watching this, you're not watching it live. That's something else. You can pause this and go watch that and get caught up. Maybe I'll show you a couple clips while we're here tonight. Lots to talk about, though. And I'm just trying to get the program up and running before the rest of the gang starts showing up. It's the pre-show, this section of the show. And why we call it the pre-show is because it's sort of like this. It's like this. It's like we make the radio show every week. We used to start the show at 7 o'clock and then we'd record it. And then afterwards, we would make a YouTube version. Eventually, we just found that some of our best conversation happened before and after the radio show recording. So we figured, you know what? Why don't we just make all that a live stream? So that's what you're getting now. So at 7 o'clock, Frankie MacDonald comes on board and we get worldwide weather with Frankie. We start the radio show recording at that time. But that leaves me a bit of time right now to take you through radar, take you through some of the stories this week, get caught up on what's going on in British Columbia in the weather. We know that this is day 2 of a thunderstorm outbreak. We still got, well, you know, the worst of it's probably in terms of widespread thunderstorm outbreak is probably ending maybe tomorrow. But I think we're going to have thunderstorms in central BC. You know, there's a good chance of it between now and next Tuesday. So we're not done starting fires in BC. And I mean, the weather's not going to be this hot, so that's going to be a little better for burning conditions, you know, in our favor. But I think we might see, you know, still warm weather into August. Like we're into a burning pattern now. It's happening. We are having a fire season in BC. It took a long time, but you know, truthfully, this is around the time we used to, you know, typically back in the day, BC would have its fire season in August and maybe September, you know, and like we just gotten used to the new way things are. And that's part of what's going on. Okay, so I think I'm set to go here. I got everything posted to the socials. Brandon Hauk is showing up right now as well. So that's great. I'm going to make sure I click on the show link so that I can check on comments once in a while and have a window open there. Hey, Teresa, power came back on. Yeah, you had power out? Wow. Yeah, I mean, you guys, there's been so much lightning. The Peace was crazy this morning, and there's a crazy thunderstorm right now in the Peace going on as we speak. Hey, Brandon.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good.
It's wild out there today. It's wild out there.
Yeah.
So I was filming air tanker drops, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
I was
It's like
shooting golf balls.
were you?
Yes. And
It was like,
got sprayed by a sprinkler
oh,
because I was going to tee up and they turned the sprinklers on. And it was aimed right behind me. I did post a video too.
On, eh?
So I had to move out of the way, let the sprinkler go through before I shot the ball.
Here comes Karen. Yeah, well, I was up on top of a mountain here, and
all right,
what
I
I
did post a video in there. Yeah, I posted a video in the chat too. Yeah, did.
watched the supercell thunderstorm grow up here and take off north, and it was really, really exciting. And then at the same time, the other direction from the mountaintop, I witnessed the air tankers just kicking the shit out of the fire here, which is not out. People are asking, is it out? They hit it. No, it doesn't work that way. They calmed it down. They boxed it in a little bit, helped get a measure of containment, but it's not contained. No, it's not out. It will take a lot of work, and we still have warm days ahead here. Still have warm days ahead. So expect that we're going to be dealing with a little bit of a larger fire than we want in the Wells area. It burned down into the valley today because the inflow winds to the thunderstorm were pretty strong,
Mm-hmm.
like steady 20s or whatever at times, and yeah. So it's pushed the fire down into the valley more, which means it's closer to us. And what we don't want to see is have it cross that valley. So that was a little disheartening to see that we didn't take very long for a wind to come and push it, considering how calm it's mostly been around here this week, in general. Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay, so we got severe thunderstorms going on in the Peace. I mean, they woke up to spectacular shows this morning at like 6:30 or whatever. I looked at the lightning tracker, and there was like 700 strikes just in this area right now that's under this severe thunderstorm warning. They got nickel-sized hail, heavy winds from this cluster of thunderstorms. So look at this guy here. It's just crossing Highway 97 there, just a little bit west of Chetwynd. Some really gnarly-looking nugs in there. Gnarly nugs. Here, Prince George got stormed on this morning.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, everything's been sticking to the mountains around here yet. So I was parked, on the mountain and just nothing was happening near me. But I mean, I got a great time lapse of some supercell development. There, see? Look how exciting those looked just from a distance. Just from a distance. Yeah, and then I came down off the mountain, and so I went and reported the fire last night. Then I got home, and there's messages from the manager of Barkerville, thank you, and message from our MLA Sheldon Clare. He actually stopped by this afternoon, and I gave him an update on what I witnessed with the fire's behavior this morning. Oh, that's a bit of a cohesive line looking now, eh?
Oh, yeah.
I doubt that's still a go, that warning. Yeah. So I don't think there's no severe warnings left in southern BC. This one's probably not either. No. Okay. So these were severe thunderstorms earlier, a cluster of them, and they still look pretty gnarly. They look kicking out a lot of lightning. Look at that. Noway, Jersey, down near Salmo, kicking out a lot. Nelson itself in the valley there, taking a lot of lightning in the valley. I climbed that mountain right there across the way.
Oh,
That's taking some lightning strikes. Through Beaverdale. Oh, man. Stump Lake getting hit again. That's a lot of lightning activity, and it's been a lot today. I mean, let's hit the play on tape and watch what it's been doing. And this is just the last bunch of hours. So you see widespread areas of BC have been taking lightning. Widespread. You had lightning up Slocan Valley there. Certainly up Kootenay Lake, through Nelson, South Kootenays, West Kootenays there. Kelowna area, up by Big White, seeing some pretty strong thunderstorms earlier today. All those mountains north of Grand Forks through Beaver Valley, whatever that's called, Beaverdale, Christian Valley or whatever. A lot of lightning. That's just one radar there. And we had lots up this way too. Look at that. Little Fort took some lightning. So there's going to be a lot of new fire starts. And I'm hearing that there's already lots of calls going out for contract crews for 10 packs. So I don't know if I'm going to be getting put to work here sooner than later. It's highly likely. A lot of lightning was taken out this way last night, especially between Quesnel and Nasco. I hear there's new fires out there. There's a pretty good one near Nasco somewhere. Our MLA was telling me in our face-to-face, and I haven't looked too closely, but I got the BC Wildfire app up, so we'll have a peek at that. Everything just sticking to the mountains today, eh?
Yep, sticking to the mountains. I see nothing but severe clear blue sky here today.
Severe clear.
Yep, severe clear.
I like that. That's good. That's good. So here's our current situation, at least. We'll come back to this in a minute, and we'll go have a look at a couple other things here. Now, I'm still trying to get myself organized here, as it is Just tuning in. Did I hear about Cameron Lake Fire in Vancouver Island? Evacuations taking place. Well, we'll look that up right now, is what we'll do. So, what we'll do first is I'll start us off on firms. So, we have just a general overview of what's been burning today. So, firms is satellite hotspot detection, one of my favorites. And then we'll look at BC Wildfire Services app itself. You know, and this is the last day of the heat spell, probably. Right? So, you know, fires are going to keep burning, but some of the worst fire behavior is coming in this condition, these really hot, you know, in some cases, record-breaking temperatures in only a few places. Look at that, near the cusp. That's clearly an active fire. I should put it on timed. Now it's going to screw with it. There we go. So active fire today in the last 24 hours. Near Nakusp, BC, showing a fair bit of activity today on that one. Not lots of big dots left because, you know, we're really going to be looking to see what goes on in the coming days from all these lightning strikes. Here we have on Bear Mountain by Harrison Lake there. No, it's not Bear Mountain. Lookout Peak. Bear Mountain's down here somewhere. I hiked this whole ridge here, and this one too, at different times. I used to stay with some friends in Harrison once in a while, and I climbed all these mountains nearby. And some of the ones that, as I've told you before, Chiam and whatnot here. So very active looking, though. That's a lot of activity. Again, you know, these are 400-meter wide squares. So, like, don't look at a square and think that you can determine much about what's going on. In some cases, you're looking at the smoke is really super hot and getting picked up by satellites and stuff. But it does give you a pretty good indication of what kind of activity has been going on there. So this is growing up the mountain there by Lytton. Vancouver Island, someone was just asking about. What do we see here? That's a suspicious dot, but I don't think that's a wildfire. There, Cameron Lake, that's the one guy's talking about. So we got fire. I'm not here to say it's on both sides of the lake or anything, you know, weird like that. Again, like, you know, you got to go with what the satellite image gives you. You can't make drastic deductions. There's our fire here in Wells today. I was sitting in this cut block here, watching the bombers hit it. A user has entered the room. That's probably Hilding, I guess. And then I was sitting on this block last night when I seen it happen. Sitting up on Island Mountain. So some activity there. Some new fires out west. That's suspicious. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Hot spot detected. Hot spot detected by Sazenkyut. Lake there, Sazenkut, whatever you say that. Some new spots out by Kluskoils. Ah, Thai Town. That's not good. So that's Batnooney Resort is just over here. And that's where Resort have stayed at many times while fighting fires at. That'd be great if we got put on a fire back out there in the West Caribou with my crew. That'd be so great. Stay at. I think they're going to sell Batnooney, so lightning detector is just going off. Now we got a lot of dots up here. And again, it's going to be really hard to determine what's what, especially in the piece where a lot of flare stacks are. What do you got for stories this week, Brandon?
What do I got for stories? I got a few.
Do you now?
Of course I do. Of course I got a few stories.
Seeing a lot of activity now in Northwest Territories, eh? Yeah, look
Mm-hmm.
at this. Yikes. Yikes, that's very active burning. David White Parsons just walking in the door here. He's come for a visit. You met him on the show before.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that is a nutty looking fire. That's big. Couple areas of intense activity going on out there. Saskatchewan. Eesh. The poor buggers, man. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That is nuts. That's a lot of fire activity today. Again, increasingly again every day. You know, it's like kind of working, feels like it's working up to one of those events again, like we had last time where we saw fires run ridiculous distances, if you recall. Like everything's hot, 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 hot. All you need now is the right dry cool front to come slamming through and shit's going to fly, like just fly, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was into the first attack base this morning just to, I was checking fence and met up with the crew. They were doing their tailgate meeting, getting ready to leave out to check up. And they said, well, there was some lightning last night in the area. Here are some small hot spots, but nothing that's been flaring up. But he said it's right on the verge of being flare up because it's so hot.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. Let's see if we can find yours. Yeah. Mm,
They might have got him out.
yeah, not seeing much on detection,
Yeah.
except for this guy way down here.
Yeah.
What the heck's up with that cup block? Looks crazy looking. Must be a mine site or something. Trippy. Yeah, bunches of new fires. Bunches of new fires
Yeah.
all over the place. Here's a spot outside Kamloops I didn't notice.
Mm-hmm.
That's the backside of Paul Mountain here.
Okay.
Paul Lake is where we had a party there one time. Bunch of punks partying at Paul Lake. Okay, well that's that for now. But yeah, Saskatchewan. Oh boy, like, I mean, where do you begin to dissect talking about all that kind of fire activity?
Oh, isn't it crazy?
You know, that's so many pockets. That's like I say, with this hot weather, they're about to get the hottest weather. You know, it's moving east.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's that for now. Let's get off firms and check out Wildfire Service's actual map here itself and see what's new in the area. First of all, because you know, it's my show. I want to find out what's going on in my fire.
Yeah, you had a pretty good one going there by the picture you showed this morning.
Yeah, there. Oh, and I saw that's okay. There you go. So I seen the bird dog take off in a, go having a look,
Yeah.
and I wasn't sure. I was like, I wonder if I discovered today. So they flew over it and seen it, I guess. But that was from that storm that was literally filming it.
Mm-hmm.
C11139er, Wells, BC, 2.2 hectares last reported as. Discovered on July 30th by Joey only.
Mm-hmm.
A wildfire that is spreading or anticipated to spread. Well, my thing's in the way. Suspected cause is lightning, as we saw. Lightning. That's what we saw. And response here. Ground crews are establishing water delivery systems using direct attack methods today. Danger trees are being assessed and felled. Heavy equipment is creating control lines. So there is heavy equipment there. I couldn't see from my vantage point. Minimal growth overnight. Rank 2, low vigorous overnight. But it was very humid last night. It was up to 99% humidity here. It was really wild how humid it was. So that burnt off when those thunderstorms were sucking in, and the influence in those thunderstorms are basically stealing all that nice humidity we had here. And now we're at still 44%, but it's been a big drop from where we were. So it's pretty humid still. So that's been one good thing on our side. No impact to anything yet. It's quite far out there in a sense. It's like 6 kilometers up the Forest Service Road, so it's not an immediate threat to wells, but it has been kind of growing towards us. So a convective storm passes the province last night. 1,245 lightning strokes in the Caribou Fire Center. Relative humidity was very low in much of the region today, but not here so much. So that did work on our favor. And then we had lightning in the region, but no, none of that. There's no rain really here with any of that. So 37 people already, unit crew or two, a couple of IAA crews, probably helicopters and whatnot. So they've really been hitting it hard today. That was nice of them to put the bombers on us and to calm it down a little bit. Is there a fire people want us to talk about? Let us know in the comments and we can look it up for you. We'd be happy to. So yeah, one person was asking about this guy in Vancouver Island. So let's see if we can get some details on him here for you. At least with the Wesley Ridge V71145, extreme fire danger on the island still. Not going to improve much for you guys. There's evacuation orders in effect there. 60 hectares last estimate was. Suspected cause, the humans. Fires on the opposite side of the lake from Highway 4, north side of Cameron Lake. So we saw, it looked like it was on both sides from the satellite picture, right? But it wasn't. That's just, again, it probably captured smoke that was between the ground and the target. No imminent threat to values. Coombs and Dashwood fire departments engaged in collaboration with local government and BCWS. They're recommending evac orders and alerts based on ease of access for crews and structural protection equipment, as well as egress for the public. It's an emerging incident. While Highway 4 is not impacted, we ask all travelers using Highway 4, please be mindful of crews working in the area. Proceed with caution. 7 officers, 4 initial attack crews. So that's probably 4-person crews, probably, maybe 3-person. So at least 4 crews and 1 unit crew, which is usually 20 or on average, a unit crew. Aviation, skimmers, and the air tanker responding. So we got the skimmers are on that one. Any photos of it? Let's see. Yeah. Looks like a fire there. Here we go. So there was the one by Nakusp that we were looking at. That seemed to make a lot of news up the Slocan Valley. So I think we should look for that one here. See what we can find on this one. Yeah, a bunch of new dots, though. Look at that. Bunch of dots around Nelson Trail, near Greenwood. Bunch of new dots. Look at this. All the way up the valley, on all the mountaintops, basically. This is probably our guy here. I think. No. Maybe it's one of these. Difficult to tell. There's so many fires. That's what happens when you get too many fires. And we don't have like a perimeter look on this. And I find also this map is a little bit frustrating because if I zoom out with my spinny, it just goes boom way out. So Nakusp, this is it here then, probably. Here we found it. Okay. N51141, 120 hectares. Discovered yesterday. What do we got till Frankie's here? 5 minutes till Frankie's here. And then we'll get the worldwide weather. Yeah, that looks like the photo we've seen yesterday. Something like that. Response officer tracked the fire perimeter. It's currently estimated at 120 hectares, with most of the growth occurring yesterday around the time of discovery. Fire activity was significantly reduced this morning. Of course, this is maybe a couple hours old, so assume that things have changed in the afternoon heat. It remains located in higher elevation terrain, with most of the observed growth to date happening away from the community. That's good news. So far, site conditions have been assessed for operable terrain. A response plan has been developed. Air tankers were unable to engage the fire last night due to significant lightning activity in the area, which created unsafe conditions for aerial operations. Air tankers are available to support response today, though. So I bet there probably would be. And there's a unit crew there, probably Columbia crew or somebody like that on that fire right now. So that's another one on the book. Let's go have a look at our Lytton fire, see what it's saying now. Because we were running out of time before Frankie gets here, so we'll have to come back to fire stories in a minute. At some point here, the Cantilever Bar Fire, K710905. Evacuation orders are there. 4 evacuation alerts, 1,040 hectares. It's spreading, anticipated to spread. It's hot. It's hot and dry. Look at that. Beautiful. Huey helicopter. Nice work there. Smoke from the Cantilever Bar wildfire is highly visible. Started on July 28th, 10 kilometers south of Lytton on the west side. Highly visible from Highway 1. Of course, Thompson District, Lytton First Nation, Scuppah First Nation, and Sitka First Nation put evacuation alerts and orders in place. There you go. Fire behavior was displaying rank 2 and 4 behavior, meaning vigorous surface fire with moderate to high rate of spread, open flame, and candling often. Fire behavior did increase with daytime heating and solar radiation, which dried out fuels. Fire growth has been predominantly upslope to the west and north, which is some positive. Emergency management team has been assigned to the wildfire. 51 firefighters are working on the site with structure protection crew. Crews are utilizing small-scale hand ignitions, fire suppression activities to tie into roads. 1 crew's been assigned to overnight operations, working the same objectives along the eastern flank. Structure protection personnel are assessing and setting up fire suppression equipment. 4 helicopters are supporting the response. Another hot and dry day in the Fraser Canyon. Temperatures nearing 40 Celsius today. Relative humidity around 30. That's crossover weather. Conditions very dry. Fuels very highly susceptible to ignition. Smoking conditions present, but will improve with local wind gusts. Incident management team, 51 firefighting personnel, 4 helicopters, and structure protection units are on this fire in Lytton right now. One of the most talked about fires in the province currently. Unless anyone knows of anything crazier going on. And then one thing I do want to do is just look at the situation report here. So this is what they put out today. There's 107 active wildfires now. You know that's going to change with all the lightning going on right now. That number is just going to keep going up. You give a couple days for some of the fires we don't know about to start burning. That's going to keep going up. That's going to keep going up. We've had just 57 in the last 24 hours start with all the lightning strikes. You can bet there's going to be some more than that. So keep your eyes out in the days after for smokes. That's the important one is, 2, 3, 4 days from now, keep your eyes out. And, when the sun gets out there in the afternoon, be like, hey, wait a second. Was that where a lightning struck the other day? Yeah, 13,000 lightning strikes were recorded across BC yesterday, with 9,000 in the Prince George Fire Center alone. Southeast Caribou Kamloops Center received lightning. 20 new wildfires detected in the 24 hours. Of course, this was this morning, so that went from 20 new wildfires to 57 now, right? We're seeing that number keep climbing up. Like I say, you're going to see that number climb for a number of days. Don't get too shocked by that because, like I say, a lot of these fires, we don't even know they exist yet. They haven't shown themselves. So that is our status report right now. Now we're going to have to get ready because Frankie MacDonald's going to be here in just a minute's time, and I'm completely unprepared for Frankie time like I often am when it comes to Frankie time. Look at all the comments. Wow, look, thanks everybody. Crazy. Yeah, we had the tsunami this week too. What's my email? You got a sweet Blackhawk pick. Oh yeah, Joey on the Outlaw Band at gmail.com. If you guys want to
send them all the spam.
Don't send me the spam. Send me the money. Send me don't send me the nudies or anything weird like that. I'm a very shy guy, actually. You wouldn't know it.
Yes, hey, Joey, Olivier is on his way to Tuctoria, Northwest Territories. He left Inuvik. He's on his way to Tuctoria.
Yeah, Olivier's in Inuvik, is he, Frankie?
He's on his way to Tuctoria, Tuck.
That's good. How you doing this week, Frankie MacDonald?
I'm doing great so far. I just sent you a lot of videos. I just did an outro video of me.
Yeah, and I got them all here later on tonight to put on the show.
What about me doing the tsunami sirens?
I got that on there for absolute sure, Frankie. Yeah. Absolute sure. Absolute sure. Well, I'm just setting up the show. I'm Joey Only, the Caribou Weather Dude here. We're watching on Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel, or you're listening to us on the radio at CF 88.7 FM, CKUW 95 FM, CFBX 92.5 FM, and CHLS 100.5 FM in Prince George, Winnipeg, Kamloops, and Lillooet. It's the Comedeorological Report. It's your show about how much the weather sucks in Canada. And it's one of those times where it's starting to suck really bad. We got lots of lightning going on in BC right now, lots of new wildfires, but also we got our whole panel of comedian meteorologists to talk about all the weather stories from this week, including tsunamis, this, that, and the other. Let's go with the show, folks. Let's get on with it.
Well, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather we got. Wait a minute. Well, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather or not.
Joe, only sitting here. I got my old best friend David Roy Parsons sitting right next to me. Actually, he's just off camera, but we'll probably try to get him talking here in a little bit because he was in Smithers. Right, he almost got attacked by the Cougar. You know the story of the Cougar that attacked the guy, and the guy fought it and so Dave was right there when it happened. He's sitting right next to me. He's going to tell you a little bit of his story, I think, some point in the show. Of course, we got the man. On that. Oh, did you? Do you? Okay, good. Yeah. There's jokes to be made there. David almost got caught by a cougar. And Frankie MacDonald, of course, is with us as per usual, the man of the year, the man of the 1,000 years. That's what he is. Frankie MacDonald. He's the world's greatest weatherman, Sydney, Nova Scotia. You know him as the YouTube star that predicts hurricanes, earthquakes, everything. He even told everybody, like last week, he's like, there's going to be a big earthquake in Kamchatka, and it's not my fault. And I said, sure, Frankie. And he's right every time. This guy's the best. We love Frankie. He's on at the top of the hour here with us in just a couple minutes' time. Of course, we got Brandon Houck, the Alberta's greatest weatherman, as far as I'm concerned there. He's the radio weatherman in Brooks, Alberta there. He's on radio stations all over. If you've been in Alberta during some kind of calamity and listened to the radio, it's probably been Brandon's voice that you heard. Maybe, maybe not. Of course, we got our good friend Karen Richards, who is one of the moderators of Interior Weather and Wilderness Watchers up in Prince George, sitting in with us, and Hilding Donaldson out in Grassy Plains, BC. And you never know who else from the show might show up. In fact, Brandon, tell the rest of the cast we need their help. Bad, of course we do.
Yeah.
It's the more weirdos, the better. But yeah, I mean, it's nice weather out there. I'm sure they're having a good old time. Anyways, I think it's time for Frankie MacDonald. Let's just get on with the show right now as we go.
Frankie,
Can you yodel for us? Who has the worst weather in the world, Frankie?
Frankie MacDonald, how you doing so far, buddy?
I'm doing great so far. Olivier is on his way up to Tuktoyaktuk, Northwest Territories. That means the weather there where Olivier is, they're getting showers up there right now. But the temperatures was getting cooler up in Tuktoyaktuk. Olivier is on his way there now.
Is he? Yeah, well, he's probably been going by some pretty big fires that are torching off up there and lots of thunderstorms, Frankie.
A lot of rain. New York City right now where Chino Piscante is. A lot of rain. Cole Franco from New York City. Then Wormier and Cole, they're fighting each other. A week from today, solar fall begins August 7th. It's nothing to do with the weather. It's the length of daylight.
Right, yeah, wow, yeah. Summer's going to pass soon now, isn't it?
Solar fall begins August the 7th. Solar meteorological fall starts on September 1st, and astronomical fall starts on September 22nd this year.
Yeah, what else you got, Frankie?
And a lot of thunderstorms in North Carolina, South Carolina on Friday as well. Then they got some really hot weather in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta on Friday and Saturday, Sunday. Then they got briefly cooler wet temperatures. Then they got extreme humidity in central United States and western United States as well. And really hot and dry weather in western United States like Arizona, Nevada, and California is really hot there. And then they got some beautiful, they got some nice weather in Nova Scotia right now. In Sydney, Nova Scotia, weather all across Eastern Pacific. There's multiple hurricanes developing off the coast of Mexico. A lot of rain and thunderstorms in southern Mexico. There's a lot of rain and thunderstorms in Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Niger, Honduras, and Costa Rica, and Panama. A lot of rain and thunderstorms going on there right now. And weather all across South America for this week. A lot of rain and thunderstorms going on in Venezuela right now. Lots of snow up in the mountains in central Chile this week. Santiago, Chile is getting a lot of rain on Friday. Lots of rain and thunderstorms going on in Venezuela, Colombia, parts of Ecuador, parts of Peru, parts of Bolivia. It's really dry in Amazon rainforest. It's really dry in northern Chile right now. They got snow in central Chile and up in the mountains in southern Chile. Lots of rain in Santiago, Chile. They got really cold temperatures in central and southern Argentina. They're bringing snow flurries in central to southern Argentina. In Falkland Island, in Ocean, Argentina, Falkland Island, Stanley, Falkland Islands, it's really cold there right now. It's really hot in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, right now. It's southern hemisphere winter right now, and the weather all across Europe. It's cool outside in England right now, Wales, Scotland, Ireland. They got lots of rain, and they got a big storm heading towards northern Scotland on Monday, and oh man, it's going to head towards Norway after that next Tuesday. It's a big storm heading towards Norway and northern Scotland, all those places. It's really hot in Spain. Then it got a warm air and cool weather fighting each other in France. Then it got hot weather coming back in France. Then Dunkirk, France is going to remain cooler than normal. In parts of Germany, it's going to be cooler than normal. So it's Denmark and Netherlands and Norway, Finland, Sweden, those places. Then it got some warm air, Moscow, Russia, and hot air. It's really hot in Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, and Algeria. It's really hot in Turkey right now. It's desert like heat. There's a lot of fires going on in Turkey. Lots of thunderstorms, rain going on in Bosnia and northern Italy and Croatia and all those places. Lots of rain and thunderstorms going on in places like it's really hot outside in Albania, Greece, and those places. Syria is really hot too. And there's a typhoon that's going to bypass the east coast of Japan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Then it got lots of thunderstorms and rain going on in South Korea right now. In southern China and Hong Kong, there's a lot of rain thunderstorms going on in southern China, including Wuhan, China. Beijing, China's getting some rain too. And thunderstorms. A lot of rain thunderstorms going on in Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, Bangladesh, and Myanmar, and Malaysia as well. And over in Papua New Guinea in the dry season. Lots of rain in Indonesia right now. A lot of rain in India. They're still in the monsoon season. And a lot of rain in Nepal. Snow up in the mountains in Nepal near Mount Everest. It's really hot in Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Syria, and all those places right now in Saudi Arabia. It's really hot there right now. Lots of rain in Southern Sudan, Ethiopia right now. A lot of rain and thunderstorms going on in Nigeria, Ghana right now. Northern Congo, northern Uganda, and all those places right now. There's a lot of rain and thunderstorms going on, and it's really dry in South Africa right now. It's going to warm up in South Africa, including Botswana, Angola, Namibia, Mozambique, Madagascar, La Reunion, Mauritius Islands. They're getting little showers and forecasts. There's a lot of rain heading towards Perth, Australia, and cold temperatures this Saturday and Sunday coming up in southern hemisphere winter. Then they got some snow up in the mountains in southern Australia as well. It's really hot in northern Australia. Weather in the Southwest Pacific. There's a lot of cold temperatures in Invercargill, New Zealand, and Gisborne, New Zealand, New Plymouth, New Zealand, Hamilton, New Zealand, Napier, Hawke's Bay, New Zealand, Wellington, New Zealand, this weekend coming, including Christchurch, New Zealand, Nelson, New Zealand, Greymount, New Zealand, Queenstown, New Zealand, Dunedin, New Zealand, Invercargill, New Zealand. There's a powerful storm coming off the East Coast, Australia. It's southern hemisphere winter still. Their solar spring starts on August the 7th, and their meteorological spring starts on September 1st in Australia and New Zealand, and astronomical spring starts on September 22nd in Australia and New Zealand.
Frankie MacDonald. Excellent.
And
excellent.
I found
Worldwide weather report.
Olivier is on his way to Tuktoyaktuk, Northwest Territories. He took a long drive to Dempster Highway. He was on Alaska Highway. He was on Highway 43 in Alberta. He went to Dawson Creek, Fort St. John, Fort Nelson, Watson Lake, Royhorse, Dawson.
And we need Olivier Forbes Bouillon to come on the show once in a while. Ever since he had babies, now he's just never podcasting with us.
Olivier's doing great so far. And Olivier's on his way to Tuktoyaktuk, Northwest Territories.
Yeah, he's a beautiful human being. I really love that guy. Dude, he's neat person. Brandon, you got a question for Frankie? Karen, you got a question for Frankie?
I have a question.
All right, Frankie.
Oh,
Brandon first.
Brandon.
Okay,
first,
Frankie, what is your favorite kind of ice cream? Go.
I like vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla?
then.
Really?
Yes.
What about like with chocolate on it or anything?
With chocolate syrup.
Okay, with chocolate syrup. Okay. I was like, vanilla's kind of plain. Karen, you got a question for Frankie MacDonald there? Anybody in the
I
audience
do.
too?
Frankie, how are your tornado sirens or tsunami warning sirens different from each other?
It was good. It went. And Joe, you got the videos.
I do got the videos. Do you want me to play the videos now or do you
Yes.
want me to wait?
Let's play the
Frankie-
videos now.
Frankie wants the Frankie videos of the week right
What
now.
about my upcoming outro for every week? Meteorological weather report. My outro video.
Well, I'm gonna make a proper outro, so I do have that clip in here, Frankie. It is part of this, but I
Yes.
haven't made the outro proper. That's gonna be the show outro, like how you're wanting, and it's because I just had a crazy week. Like I had the kids here, and then I had we've been rehearsing for the past 4 days. There, Tyler and I.
And
He
you
went this
download
morning.
my outro video up by the AW.
I got it. Yep, I got it. It's right here. You'll see. Frankie videos for July. Finally found it. There we go. Watch this.
Hi, Frankie.
I did not cause an 8.0 magnitude earthquake off the northeast coast of Russia at all for Frank now. Let's do a tsunami siren.
I love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to me.
I'm Franktown. Hey everybody, I'm going to tell you something. I did not start any forest fires at all in British Columbia for Franktown.
That is some impressive structure on
Ah,
this
look
guy
at this,
too. I see
Frankie.
one bolt come out of the ground towards it. More fire starters.
See, did you start this fire,
You know, it
Frankie?
could be that bolt happened earlier today because the
That's
fire
a storm
finally
I was
took while
watching.
We were here with that wind. Wow, shot there, striking straight down.
Lightning bolt that I
Trying to get in
missed.
the truck, eh? Now that we know it's striking downward.
And there's a big fire. I can show you more later.
Fire.
Hey everyone, I did not cause an 8.8 magnitude earthquake off the northeast coast of Russia at all for Franktown. This is Frankie MacDonald, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Heavy rains head towards Santiago, Chile on Friday, August 1st, 2025. This is Frankie MacDonald, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Really hot weather's head towards Vancouver Island on Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. It's going to bring
Yeah, it was
really
hot.
hot interior Vancouver Island, including Port Arboni, British Columbia. It's going to bring extremely hot temperatures in Victoria, British Columbia, Port Renfrew, British Columbia, Sauk, British Columbia, Saanich, British Columbia, Sydney, British Columbia, Duncan, British Columbia, Ladysmith, Nanaimo, Parksville, Quemacon Beach, Tofino, Gordon, Comox, Camp River, Port Neal, Port Hardy, British Columbia, Inland and Vancouver Island. It's going to be extremely hot. It's going to be cooler in coastal areas. I urge everyone to drink a lot of water. Be prepared. Everyone in Vancouver Island, be prepared. Drink a lot of water. And wear light colored clothes. Don't wear dark colored clothes. And it's going to bring really hot temperatures in Vancouver Island. Head to the beach and go swimming to get cooled off for people living in Vancouver Island, especially in Victoria, British Columbia, and surrounding areas. I want every single person in Vancouver Island be mighty prepared. Wear lots of sunscreen, have your fans and air conditioners and heat pumps ready to keep the house cool during the heat wave. Limit outdoor activities. Don't walk too far if you have anybody live in Vancouver Island. Be prepared for a major heat wave starting on Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. Take care, stay safe. Don't get too hot, stay cool, be safe. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching on Comedeorological Weather Report every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. See you next week.
There we go. See, I got the clip, Frankie. I just haven't made. I want to make an outro, like a song or a ditty, or like with credits or something, or that we can just fire off and be like, and that'll be in it. But I haven't. I've had so much stuff to make this week. So I was on top of the mountain, as you saw last night, Frankie, and then watching the thunderstorm. Then we're like, hey, look, there's a fire there. So I called it in. Then they're like, hey, can you get us some details on it? So like drove to it, kind of flagged the way in, met the ministry crew. Okay. You peaked. Peaked the auto cut there that they have on the Zoom there. You can turn that off. The musician's sound, it's called there. So I called the fire in, then I went and helped the ministry crew get to it. And then today I parked up on top of the mountain, Frankie, and watched the bombers hit it. Big bomber show from the airplanes. I put those videos on my channel already this afternoon. And then, I had our member of Legislative Assembly stop by the house, Sheldon Clare. I gave him an update on what I seen when I was up on the mountaintop there. And good, we're in go here. There's a lot of new fires in British Columbia right now, including the one out my front window here. That's around the mountain and up the lake. It's a little ways away, but if we had too much of this hot weather, it would be not in a good place. But I think it's good that we're late in the season and this is starting instead of, I don't know. My opinion doesn't really matter right now. Anyways, that's what's been going on in Wells.
That means that once again, around August 15th, fall starts up in Inuvik, Northwest Territories. Leaves begin to change colors up in Inuvik.
Well, that's the thing. And even up here in the mountains, like, our weather will cool down. Like, we won't have much more of this very hot weather in Wells. We'll get into a pattern again where it's cool at night because it's the high elevation and gets damp at night. We'll suppress fire activity. So, they're hitting it hard right now. And certainly it's dry and it's hot and fires are acting up because of it. And now's the time to hit it that way. But I'm not concerned for the long term, necessarily.
According to the long-range forecast, they're calling for a major heat wave in the middle of August, early to middle of August, all the way up in Wells, British Columbia.
Yeah, we'll see. You'll see. I'm skeptical on anything that's over 10 days out forecast-wise right now. Brandon Houck, we haven't talked to you yet. And you know what the problem is? Now that I went looking for the Frankie video, is I don't have the Brandon Houck report thing ready.
Oh, no. So that means I have to do it myself, right?
Well, you can try. Yeah.
I could try it. All right, here we go.
In the meantime,
the Brandon Houck report.
Report.
Brandon Houck report.
Oh, hi. This is the Brandon Houck report.
Brought to you by
Smoking Good Barbecue.
There you go.
No, I could have done all that. You didn't even... Anyways.
Okay, Brandon Houck. It's really nice there, eh? What did you call that? Severe clear.
Severe clear. That's right. Not a cloud in the sky. Temperatures in the 30s today. Humidex felt like 34. Muggy and damp and wet. We've had quite a bit of rain here. Calgary for the month of July has picked up over 100 millimeters of rain. So it's been a very wet month. I have not watered the lawn once this summer, and that is a record in my books, that's for sure. And, I'll explain what happened last week because we were looking at a pretty good severe weather event on Friday. And, a severe weather event did not develop on Friday.
That's right. You had a blown call. I forgot about this one. That's after Mark had the bust on Thursday, too, right?
Yeah, after Mark had the bust, and I had the bust. And the storms tried to develop, and then they just fell right apart. And then Jenny showed up, and I don't know where. Yeah, it was wild.
Well, that'd be better than a storm.
I guess. Yeah. It was a good little chat there out in the prairie while we were waiting for storms. And she went home, and the next day, the supercell showed up after.
So she drives all out there to chase tornadoes, and there's no tornadoes, and goes home, and then there's tornadoes. So, yeah, the next day. So everyone's having a bust, except me. All my predictions have been friggin' great lately. Well, my next day predictions worked out really good. Yeah, they did. The problem is, on Friday,
we had a northerly wind. The cold front went through just a little too early, so the wind switched to the north. And then, yeah, so everything got sheared right off. Yeah, it didn't work out. But Saturday, the wind went to the east instead. And when the wind goes easterly here in Alberta, that means moisture pools and you get storms. And wow, that storm just, well, it got going after Nanton, Vulcan area, and it went supercellular. There was some rotation on it as it moved into the area. An incredible mothership, I have to say. It was the perfect mothership that rolled right in. And so that storm, we had some fairly strong winds, some pretty big hail, especially to the south of me there. So areas to the south had a bit of hail. Strong winds. We had some flash flooding in the Tilly area. So the ball diamonds got flooded out by the heavy rains. And then that storm picked up in intensity as it moved its way towards the Schuler Medicine Hat area. And it was producing up to ping pong, golf ball size hail, and wind gusts of 111 kilometers an hour as it worked its way towards the east there. So eventually Jenny got to see that storm as it moved into Schuler with an incredible frequent light show that that thing put on. But after that storm went through my area, the next one moved in afterwards with some incredible lightning, and then that storm as well intensified, and it produced those very, very strong winds in the Medicine Hat early Saturday or Sunday morning there. So quite a scenario that really, really ramped up across southern portions of Alberta Saturday night into Sunday with that spectacular supercell. And yes, I did call it like a rodeo. No doubt about that on Saturday night. Now, here we go. The other thing is we had more storms into early next week. We had storms develop on Sunday, further to the south. These storms rolled out of the foothills. I think Sunday or Monday. Yeah. Sunday. Yes, Sunday. So these storms rolled right out of the foothills, and they were right along, hugging the international border. And this one developed right near Twin Butte, and it was producing at least up to golf balls. I think hen egg size hail was reported, golf ball size hail. And that storm got quite dangerous as it moved its way into Cardston that evening with significant amount of hail. And a lot of damage was reported to crops, especially along that international border from through Cardston County out into Del Bonita. And then the storm eventually weakened by the time it got towards Milk River, but it was still a very powerful supercell. And then I should almost forgot to mention there was another storm on Saturday that was up by Milk River that had some spectacular structure on that one as well. So that storm carried on through Monday. And then Monday we had, well, another bout of rain and thunderstorms across the south. So, Monday, or actually Tuesday, another bout of rain and thunderstorms across the southern part of the province with more thunder and lightning that rolled into the Medicine Hat area through the early stages of this week here. And then after that, things settled down. Eventually here across parts of Alberta, we still had a few storms popping up that are still kind of popping up in the foothills and the mountains, as now we have more of a pulse-like thunderstorm event that's developing through the later stage of the week. But we started to crank up the heat, and now we're into the 30s, and Humidex, with all the rain that we've been dealing with throughout the month of July, Humidex has become a factor. It's normally not much of a factor in parts of Alberta because it's usually pretty dry here, but that's not the case this time around. So we had Humidex values pushing 35 today with our temperatures in the 30s. And
that's so low even.
Yeah, I know. That's like low standards compared to Ontario and Quebec where they get 30s and it feels like the 40s, So it's pretty, I guess. It's not too extreme. I like the humidity, so I'm like, oh yeah, bring it on. I like the heat and humidity. But yeah, it's extreme for some. But northern portions of the province, I believe, one area got 37 degrees this afternoon up in northern Alberta. So very hot air, and it's more of a drier air mass across the north. And they're dealing with drought conditions in parts of areas north of Edmonton. So what a difference across the province makes depending on where you are in Alberta. Now, as we
Well,
go through the next,
that's a swath of drought that goes from there right to Manitoba and
yeah,
Saskatchewan's in the extreme. It's the bullseye of it.
that's right. Meanwhile, here in southern Alberta, well, we're gonna get more rain this weekend into early next week. So here's how that's gonna play out. We're gonna see low pressure system developing stateside, especially as we go through Friday. So we do have a chance of storms again for Friday. Pulse like thunderstorms are going to be slow mover thunderstorms. So when they're kind of pulse like and then they dissipate, they dump a lot of rain if they sit in one region for a long period of time. So that's going to be the case as we go through Friday. So we're probably going to be kind of on the edge of the thunderstorm activity for Friday and into Saturday. And then that's going to mean we have potential for severe weather again through the weekend, especially Saturday and Sunday. And the big story is going to be torrential downpours, and some areas could see at least 30 to 40 millimeters of rain into early next week with convection. But it's still going to remain hot, still going to remain humid, and it's still going to remain on the sticky side as we go through the weekend and carrying on into early next week. Meanwhile, the eastern prairies are going to stay on the dry side through the weekend. We were on the Winnipeg radio earlier today talking about that. So yeah, eastern prairie is going to be dry. The western prairies are going to remain quite wet as we go into early next week, but still holding on to some pretty hot conditions. All right, so we'll go through a couple of things that I found out today. Oh, yes. So a lot of these weather related. Well, one of these is, so a Florida woman in Florida got struck by lightning this week on Sunday. And what was she doing? Outside, she was mowing the lawn in a thunderstorm. And when you're using a lawnmower, that is a fairly dangerous thing to do. So there you go. But she survived, so she's going to be fine. But yeah, she got hit by the lightning earlier this week. Another thing that happened earlier this week, a man used his fist to fight off a cougar. That's right.
Yeah. Well, the guy who was there is sitting next to me.
Oh boy! So
and we're gonna talk to him right after you.
All right. So I better get this. So yeah.
You better get this joke right.
Used his fist to fight off a cougar. So if he decides to fight Chelsea Handler, he's got another one coming. All right. There we go.
There's the Brandon Houck report. There, everybody. The Brandon Houck report. Now, Dave, what I'll get you to do, actually sit on this chair next to me so we can get you in there and we can share the microphone here. And we're gonna ask David Roy Parsons here about the cougar attack. He's just come from Smithers here, and we'll get you in the. Are you in the photo here? Let me stop sharing for a minute. Or, yeah, you got to come over a little bit more there. Still, you got to get in the picture there, David. Okay, David, tell us about.
Okay.
The cougar attack.
Well, it's not really my story to tell because, okay, well, I was at my grandma's cabin, right? And my grandma's dead now. It's owned by my mother and her sisters. But anyway, I'm in the driveway and I'm talking on the cell phone, long involved conversation, and after it's over, I leave. I go to the front of the house, and I'm sitting there for a few minutes, just kind of absorbing what was just talked about. And suddenly the neighbor runs out to me, and he said, "Hey, there was just a cougar attack back there, right where I was standing, right? But kind of on his property, but there's no fence or anything. It's like the same." So I was basically standing right there. And then I left, and I'm just thinking the cougar was sitting there watching me, right? Talking on the phone. But yeah, so anyway, not really, like, I didn't really encounter a cougar or anything. But yeah.
Still answer questions.
Oh, it was the neighbor's gardener. So he was gardening, and he went behind a green shed, which was where I was standing. And yeah, the cougar lunged at his face, and he just bopped it in the face, and he got a big scratch, like big claw marks across his chest. And they probably hurt, but he was, I imagine, when that happens, do you feel the pain? I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
After you do, but I don't know when it actually happens and you're reacting. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, he bopped it in the face and it ran away when he did that. So, he's a shy guy and he wasn't expecting all the attention, but I'm sure we can set up an interview with him because that would be interesting. That would be.
I would love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any questions, Brandon? Questions?
Question.
Oh, your mic's off.
Okay.
There we go. I don't think I have any questions. That was wild encounter.
Yeah. Wildlife attack. The first one there that I've ever heard of. Yeah.
Hilding, you got a question?
What's that?
You got a question for David?
I don't think at the moment, no.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
David Roy Parsons, nearly attacked by a cougar. And we're not even.
Question for him.
Okay, Mike's got a question. Mike McGregor has joined us from Winnipeg. He's on the line here. And here's David Roy Parsons, singer-songwriter and a cougar survivor.
What techniques do you have for a person who is either being chased or run after or discovers that there's a cougar near them? What are some advice tips? Because I know when a bear is around you, you gotta appear larger, but what do you do when the cougar's around?
I don't know, but I think a good blue fox whistle will make anything take off pretty quick if you give it a good strong blow.
Like when I'm being chased around cougars, I'm like, "Hey, cougars, I'm trying to be chased here." And I maybe even wear one of them chastity belts or something there. Any more questions for David Roy Parsons on crazy cougar attack there? Yeah, what you do want to do is get big. And honestly, animal cougar, their goal is to take you down easily. So if they can attack you from behind and get you by the back of your neck and break your neck, that's their goal. Yeah. So you want to face them. That's the thing. Fight them, face them. Don't turn your back because then they'll break your friggin' scrawny neck.
There was one here at Grassy Plains about 10 years ago that actually picked up a little boy off the schoolyard and started dragging him away, and his mom went after him with a baseball bat and actually got the cougar to drop the boy, and they rushed him to the hospital. He lost half his scalp. The cougar had his whole head in his mouth.
Ouch. Karen, you got a question about cougars and stuff? Pardon me?
Good on her, she fought back.
Yeah, I can't really hear you for some reason.
Oh. Not sure why.
Oh, yeah, that's better. Now, repeat.
Okay. Good on her. She fought back. That's what you sometimes got to do.
Oh, so it was a woman, was it?
Oh, I think the one.
No, that was on my case.
Oh, the mother. Yeah. Okay. So whether you're a mother or a gardener, and if you're kind of shy and you don't like all this attention, don't be a gardener, I guess, hey? Like,
right.
You just get yourself in the spotlight. Well, yeah, Any other last questions? We haven't talked about the tsunami yet either. That didn't really happen, have we? I mean, it happened in other places, and 30 centimeters or less came to the BC coast. I don't know if there's that much to review. I mean, everyone knows about it. It's like, are we just rehashing stuff that's already... So this week, it's the 31st of July. This week, a tsunami happened in the world. 8.8 magnitude earthquake. That is a big-time quake, man. That's a big-time quake. So, lucky that the devastation and deaths weren't more severe, eh, Brandon?
Yeah, that's right. I think it was the sixth largest earthquake since earthquakes have been registered here on the planet. So, yes, it was a very big earthquake.
So when you're talking about the sixth largest earthquake, I know people are sort of, like, weirded out by like, well, why would we have a tsunami warning when nothing happened? It's like, man, you don't know what an 8 like we don't really know what an 8.8 magnitude earthquake might do for tsunami. Like no one really knows until it's happening, right? So it's been so few earthquakes of that magnitude ever with which to have experience with which to, and now we're in the postmodern era. We have everything kind of satellites that are micro measuring things as they move and this and that, right? Like we have a better understanding of everything that's going on now, but we still don't have like a real picture. Like what does an earthquake there do? Like we just, better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. Get people off the beaches. For most of the Pacific Rim, like it was a matter of just stay off the beach or keep your boat away from the shore. But still, you look at what happened in Kamchatka there. They got leveled. So I shared that video Justin sent me, and then I got like 500,000 views.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like the first time I've ever been anyone's ever liked me. Okay, well, we haven't talked to you, Hilden. We haven't talked to Kara. We haven't talked to Mike. We should move on for now as we keep moving through our stuff tonight. Who wants to go first? Karen's not muted, so it's going to be Karen. Karen Richards.
So, I know you posted this earlier, I think on Interior Weather Wilderness, or Brandon posted it too.
Yep.
So I want to talk about the osprey that dropped a fish onto a power line and caused a fire in Ashcroft. Like, Joey, you reported this. Brian or Brandon, did you? Like, someone did.
Yeah, so there was a fire yesterday, and they went investigating the cause of the fire after this grass fire and whatnot, and they found that it was a burnt up fish beneath the telephone line or the power line there. So they figured the osprey dropped his fish on the line, and then the line fried his fish, and that made the fire. So yeah, it's the first time I ever heard of that one. But I know certainly along the Thompson River, the ospreys are very active.
First time I ever heard of it before me too. So that's my kind of contribution for tonight. Like, that's kind of funny.
It's a funny one. That's totally
And
funny.
it happened once at Fort St. John where there was an eagle at the neighbors that caught a rabbit and got it hooked on the power line, got his wingtip hooked on one line and the rabbit hooked on the other line, and fried the eagle and lit the whole countryside on fire. We had a great big wildfire going, ran all through all the neighbors.
And the funny thing is, you'd still report that as human caused.
Yes.
Like that's what people don't understand about fire reporting. Like human caused, they get so angry right away. It's like people left their campfires full of cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's like they get so freaked out.
Through wires.
These are words, but it's always human caused.
Yeah, I mean, same with I think the Lytton fire. Someone was saying it might have been a train, but now I've heard that maybe it was a trailer or something. The tire came off or something, whatever. Spark happened. A spark happened that was not caused by lightning or by a volcano. Therefore, it's human caused. But even if it's a fish landing on a power line, the power line was put there by humans. Otherwise, if the bird dropped the fish and there was no power line, there would be no fire, right?
No.
So.
Well, we did have something like that in Winnipeg a few years back. I think a raccoon climbed up into the hydro substation, knocked out power to half of St. James, and we're thinking okay, human-caused power outages, so I guess they can. I didn't hear of that happening with animals setting fire to substations and power lines, in BC. So this is news to me. I guess I'll bring this up to Justin if we ever hear of a human-caused wildfire.
Oh, we were playing
some animal dropped on a power line or something.
Our band was playing at the Royal in Nelson, BC there back probably 2008, February. I'm just guessing that was the time. That was probably the time. And the whole power went out on Sunday to the town of Nelson, or something like this. And everyone's grumbling and complaining. What's with the power outage? It's snowing out and it's, it's cold and people, they want their power on. And what's with the power outage? Everyone's grumpy about it and talking about why is the power out? This is crap. And then it turned out some electrician fried himself at the mall, absolutely and then everyone felt really bad. It's like, oh yeah, well, we had to be inconvenienced with a power outage. And that guy's still dead to this day. Hilding Donaldson out there, Grassy Plains. You've been waiting patiently as per usual. Tell us about growing season, what's going on with the heat. How's that affecting things? And also, you said you had a little bit of some lightning out there, so there's some possibility you might be having some fire stories soon.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of lightning, but it's been so windy that it's been blowing most of the storm systems right on through, and so we're seeing them maybe off further down the other side of just out of lake down towards Vanderhoof, rather than them staying around here and building up. But I'm sure that there's some good possibilities. This past 3 days, we've just had nothing but heat. Like this
Fraser
afternoon
Lake,
is the first wind for 3 days now.
Fraser Lake's taking a good thunderstorm right now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a line of them popping down towards Chesapeake almost.
If I look off to the northeast, I see a big banks of clouds. But I look to the south and west, and everything is pretty much just been cleared off by the wind. So, we got our hay all baled up here last week, and we got way less than we expected. But there was enough growth to at least get some hay this year. But the ground is still crying for moisture. Even though we got quite a lot this spring, we sure didn't get the amount that the ground could use.
Yeah, and you're really one of the drier zones in BC.
Mm-hmm.
Vancouver Island's in real tough shape right now and up the coast. But, interior-wise, you're one of the worst off areas.
Yeah. I mean, Fort St. John was bad this spring, but then they got some really good rain there in June. And turned things around.
I mean, there's a little bit of fire activity up by the Northwest Territory border. But, I mean, after the last couple of weeks, the fires around Fort Nelson have been pretty quiet. Compared to what we have been seeing the last 4 years, right? They've been quite quiet.
That firefighter I was talking to this morning said he was up on the Fort Nelson fire this spring and June. And the one day they thought they had it down to contained within 2 or 3 hectares. And then about 5 o'clock at night, a big wind came up, and all of a sudden they had 20 kilometers of raging flames in just half an hour's time.
Oh, and that's how it is there too. It's really all or nothing, right?
Well, he said the black spruce up there is when you have a dry year, it gets really brittle and it really lights fast.
Yeah, well, it gets really oily and it off gases a lot, and that's what I've seen. Like you've seen even my intro in my videos. It's like that last clip, and you see red shirt guys doing this, and it's like an exploding ball of flame going off. And that's exactly what you're looking at there is black spruce, and it's cooking, off gassing. The turbines are coming out, cooking,
all of a sudden the gas all
and then and then the smoke and everything lights up too, just like whoosh, And
so he said he hasn't seen anything like that around here yet, and he doesn't expect it right soon unless we have another good week of this heavy hot weather. But so far, he said the wind is keeping our thunderheads at a distance, which is nice.
It is nice.
What about the total solar eclipse that hit Egypt? And what about the total solar eclipse in Egypt?
It's happening in 2027. You know what happened, Frankie, is that people are really gullible these days. And
I'm going to do an announcement about for misinformation. People are saying this.
Yeah, misinformation. Frankie's got an announcement he's putting up here. And what's going on is people were saying that.
Here's for Egypt. This is Frankie MacDonald, my own TV station, live from Sydney, Nova Scotia. Total solar eclipse is headed towards central Egypt on August the 7th, 2027. The moon's going to cross over, the sun's going to become completely darkness and night sky during the daytime. In the middle of the day, somewhere in central Egypt and Cairo, Egypt will be getting a partial solar eclipse, and Alexandria, Egypt will be getting a partial solar eclipse. So Gaza, Egypt, and northeastern Libya will be getting a total solar eclipse. Since the moon will be crossing over, the sun will get dark out in the middle of the day. I want every single person in Egypt to be prepared. Have your special glasses ready to look up the eclipse. If you don't have the eclipse glasses, don't look at the sun. If you have the eclipse glasses, be careful looking at the sun when the moon crosses over the sun. In central Egypt on August the 7th, 2027, I want every single person in Egypt to be prepared. Both total solar eclipse and partial solar eclipse. Partial solar eclipse is going to head towards Cairo, Egypt, Alexandria, Egypt, and Gaza, Egypt. And the total solar eclipse is going to aim at central Egypt and northeastern Libya and the surrounding areas as well. Be prepared. Be safe.
Yeah, that's a great video. People were saying crazy things, Frankie. They were saying that the eclipse is going to happen in next week and it's going to be, darkness all over the world and stuff. And it's like, no, it's not for 2 years. It's in Egypt. Hey, Russia. What's going on in Russia? Holy big mudslide there going on. What the heck is that, Frankie? What? Looks like a big mudslide there, eh? Big landslide, debris flow. I don't think that's the tsunami. That's a debris flow. What is it, Frankie? Tell us.
That's from Korea backing off.
Yeah, well, what was he looking at there? Where was it? It wasn't the tsunami. It was
Russia.
Back, Joey.
Where in Russia? What the heck? That's what we're trying to find out. Yeah, is it connected to the earthquake in any way, Frankie? Like, what's the story behind these crazy videos? Like, what does it say there? I guess we can't read it. It's in Russian. No one knows what Russian. Holy cow! So for all your radio listeners, there's these like weird cops and weird hats there, and there's a bunch of street signs whose names I can't read, and there's a big debris flow just going on by. It's so big.
Look at this.
And then now in this photo, there's like multiple rings around the sun in Russia. It's really crazy looking, like many, many rings around the sun in Russia.
And what's the name of that place in Russia? It's called Pokrovsov.
Kamchatka?
Tyrosov, Russia.
Oh, Tyrosov is where that, I don't know where Tyrosov is.
There's another
Don't go to Russia much. Oh, now we got the earthquake. We got Russian dogs barking in Russian. And an earthquake, we see a fence shaking. We see a little kiddie pool is being rocked back and forth with a tsunami in the kiddie pool. Out of control. Out of control there. Wow, Russia, it's so different than here. It's like a different planet to me. Now these guys are inside this little office, and it's starting to shake. And one guy, they all just run out the door. Which I guess is one way to deal with it. There's a book fell off a shelf. There's a computer going back and forth. The guy's going back inside. By the time he gets outside there, the earthquake will be over. Now he's gone. And the camera still has got the shaking going on. There's a phone shaking. A piece of paper is going to fall off the desk. No! Look out! A piece of paper is going to land on the floor. We didn't get to see it, though. We didn't get to see it. Wow, crazy things in Russia. That's crazy. So what about, like...
back.
Frankie, you were saying like that Bolat, you're scared he's not going to be able to post things on social media anymore because the government sucks.
The government's
Is that true?
VPNs.
They're banning VPNs in Russia now. So are we even going to be able to see Bolat Bakarov's crazy Russian weather videos? This is like a tragedy that we can't watch. Yeah, we can't watch weather videos from other parts of the world because governments everywhere suck, I guess, really. So thanks, Frankie. We'll talk to you in a minute. We'll talk to Mike McGregor for a second here. He's in Winnipeg, Manitoba. How smokes he got? How much smoke is the smokiness?
Really crappy out there tonight. I couldn't even see the sun. I was out for a walk, and you walk down the street, and it's like an orange ball. Justin and I talked a little earlier, and he said that there's a whole whack of smoke coming in from northern Manitoba right now. Air quality warnings have been issued kind of off and on the last couple of days. It's really bad out there. I went out. It's not hitting me as much as it did the first part of the season, but it's bad enough that it's blocking out the sun during the day. Crappy. In terms of weather the last couple of weeks, it's been interesting. We haven't had some severe weather. The same setup that Brandon had we had, and I'm saying this, it's kind of funny. On the day that there was the day after, on the 25th, we had a cold front and a warm front north of our neck of the woods. And Justin was out chasing a tornado watch was issued for all of western Manitoba. They said they were going to extend that into eastern Manitoba and our neck of the woods, and never did. And he watched this storm go up every like half an hour, would pop, go down, like it was the updraft couldn't be sustained, he said. And it was funny because that same storm they were watching all day landed in my backyard, and right over West Winnipeg, it popped up to the storm, rained for about 10 seconds, and it thundered, and then it stopped thundering, and then 15, 20 minutes later, someone posted a video east of Winnipeg of the lightning show, and a couple of lightning bolts that came out of that storm. So I think the warm front wasn't far enough south, and there was a issue with, I guess, enough forcing for the storms. Anyways, we did get some rain a couple days after that. Convective system came up for North Dakota. We got some, I think there was some decent amount of rain totals along the American border up to Winnipeg and east to the White Shell. I don't have any graphics here, but we got hit by one thunderstorm that stalled over the city for about 30 minutes. And they said that some bus drivers down Main Street, they couldn't see 5 to 10 blocks in front of them. And there was a guy that got stuck under the Higgins Sutherland underpass from all the rain. He decided to drive through it. So if you're going out driving and it's raining buckets, don't try to aim into like a puddle or an underpass, because you'll likely end up drowning your vehicle and end up like that guy. We actually had a decent rain out of that. As Supercell Justin chased later that day, I was actually taking photos of it. It was like, me and you were talking about that storms, I remember. This past weekend with that Supercell, with that over the sunset and everything and the satellite imagery. But I took some photography. I think I sent that to you in chat of beautiful, like purple pink sky as that Supercell came in and died out over the city Winnipeg area where I was. It's going to be interesting the next few weeks, actually. Similar setup. We're looking at a heat dome developing over western United States, and that system is going to bring ridge riders, likely over the western Canadian Prairie provinces, eastern prairies, might even get like some decent MCS convective systems over top of that. Justin thinks in the next week or two, probably towards the weekend, we're looking at a potential for some severe weather towards Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and towards next weekend. So I think it's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks that we are in a very, very dry pattern here, and I don't see us getting out of it until Brandon, can you send some of the rain that you're getting to us, please? We really need it here, man.
I'll try.
All right.
Word of advice: turn around, don't drown. Don't be an idiot when you're driving on the roads in a rainstorm. You don't want to end up submerging your car and being deserted for at least, I don't know when, but just a joke I had to throw in there because I've seen people think that they can drive their cars through a flood of water.
Okay. Wow. Then, okay. Well, we're coming near the end of the show here pretty quickly. Been an eventful couple days. I want to make a joke, Joey. We didn't get any flooding from that tsunami. The people in Winnipeg and Manitoba were asking, is that tsunami going to hit us? We're like, no, unless you're talking about the tsunami of cougars. Okay, Cougar tsunami. Here, I was filming. You can see the bird dogs just coming in from his run. The Electra's a little bit lower this time now around. Oh, circling back on around. The channel. The bird dogs banking out and away. Now that Electra's circling around, but as the bird dogs quite. So that's where I was. Here we go. That's what I was doing.
He's gonna hit that 2
hours ago.
Absolutely absurd looking.
3 hours
to form
ago.
Up.
It was a good show.
Oh, is he coming in?
Here he comes.
Maybe he is making his drop this time.
Big plane dropping retardant. Right up 6
sure looks like he's
kilometers
gonna hit
from
that
my
target
front
in the
window.
bottom of the hill.
Drop.
There he goes, laying some retardant down on that.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little. He's gonna fly right at
Just
me.
a
Look
little
out!
bit he used.
It's coming right for me.
Now he's like flying out of the pattern, almost right towards me at the minute.
Ah!
In your backyard.
Yeah, dude.
Here he comes.
This is going on
What
today.
a beautiful aircraft. The Power, vintage.
The sun
The Electra. Flying right towards me here.
There it is.
This is bad news.
Yeah, there it is.
My God.
And that one I'm totally gonna film selfie style there.
Beauty looking planes, eh? Big old World War II style.
Awesome. What a privilege to see these aircraft at work, even though it's, you know, a concerning and distressing thing. They're dropping on a fire very close to town.
So much fun living in the mountains. I just looked over. I was like watching the storm last night on top of the mountain there, and we looked over like, hey,
I hear
there's
other aircraft coming in now too.
there's a fire. So
Perhaps a helicopter.
I called
You
it
can see
in.
there's some gnarly thunderstorm action going on right over there. Gnarly thunderstorm action.
There's like a
just
big
over the
anvil.
hills, this giant anvil that's just exploding. What a friggin' thunderstorm that one is.
That one that you can't see, it's off to the left of the screen, became a supercell that was severe warned 2
Hey,
hours
bird
later.
dogs down there. Yeah, that is a helicopter coming. Some bucket ship action after this. Help try to cool this thing down for the day. You know, we don't get that many days of this kind of heat
Anyways.
in Wells. You know, I feel like our fires around here.
You can see the
Up
rest
higher
of it.
in the mountain. Here he comes right in through all the smoke and
You can see the rest of
haze
this
and wildness.
on my channel, Joey Only Care Every Weather Dude.
Gonna pop right out through that smoke in a second. There he is.
Frankie, how do people find you on the internet?
If you want to find me on social media, my blue sky is at Frankie MacD, and my link tree is Frankie MacDonald, and my threads is at Frankie MacD1984, and my X4Me Twitter is at Frankie MacD, and my Reddit is FrankDon1984, my Facebook is Frankie MacDonald, my Instagram is Frankie MacD1984, my TikTok is FrankDon1984, my Clapper is FrankDon1984, my Twitch is FrankDon1984, my Snapchat is Frankie MECD1, my YouTube channel Stocks Wolves, and my LinkedIn is Frankie MacDonald. Best luck to you. I'm Frank Don. You're listening to Comedeorology Weather Report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic.
That's right, and I'm Joey here. You've been watching on the live stream. If you want to watch the live stream, always we're on Thursday nights, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but by 7 for sure we're on if we're late.
And
ever.
the outro video is under construction.
Yeah, we're gonna have a big outro video. I'm gonna have to like make a song, I think, like an outro song or something for you, Frankie. You know, like Frankie.
And then a video of me will be the last part of outro.
Yeah, that's right. Frankie MacDonald. I'll think
That
of a good
video of
song
me
there.
up by the A&W parking lot will be the final piece of the video on Comedeorological Weather Report every week.
Ever. That's the show, folks. That's the show, Frankie.
That's the show.
That's the show. Hey, Brandon, it's the show.
Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, it is for change. Hey, and look out, David. There's a cougar on you. Oh no. Oh yeah, good. Good thing I told him. Now he's okay. Yeah. David Roy Parsons here, nearly eaten by cougars there in Smithers, and Brandon Hauk, radio weatherman out there in Brooks, Alberta. Frankie MacDonald, Mike McGregor, Karen Richards was here. Hilding Donaldson. I'm Joey Only. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye now. Okay, we're still live. We're still live. Don't go. Don't go, folks.
I was gonna head out like Frankie. Oh,
yeah, do it.
Well, I had a really good one happen this week.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Go ahead.
Last Sunday, my son Charlie came over and he called me up and he said, I heard that you're not living at your place anymore, at your cabin anymore. And he said, he's moving mom to McBride. And he said, he wants me to have first dibs on buying mom's house. This was something that he had told me he was never going to allow me to do last year. And it's just amazing.
Right.
So I made a deal to buy mom's house. I'm going to have my own house by next month.
Next month.
By next month, I'll have my own house. Yep.
Wow. Where is the house?
In South Bank. So it's right after you get off the ferry.
Wow. So you're everything's perfect.
Yeah.
Is there a swimming pool?
No. But I got
There's a lake.
There's a lake there. Yeah, I got the biggest swimming pool in the world. It's 1,000 feet deep.
Yeah, it's pretty big swimming pool there.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's good news. You can keep working for farmer and.
Yeah. I can keep working for the farmer, but I will get paid for my work now, and then I'll have my own place. And I made a deal to sell my place at Fort St. John, so I'm getting money for that, and it's going straight into this, which is just working out perfect.
Man, you've put up with a long time. You deserve this.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to have this. And the house is like my dad built it. It's like a work of art that he built for my mom. And nobody else can appreciate the work of art like I do, because I've helped him build things that way all these years. You're gonna have to come and see me now sometime.
Yeah. That's cool. Definitely. Is the ferry free?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, it's free. And the schedule runs every hour until it stops at midnight on this side of the lake and starts again at 5 a.m.
There's not many of those small ferries left, is there? Like there's the one in near Barrie or whatever that goes over the Thompson, but and it's like on a rail, right? Like a guide wire.
You mean at Little Fort there? Yeah.
Little Fort, that's where it is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a reaction ferry. They have a outboard motor on a canoe to guide the ferry into the right angle so it hits the dock, and other than that, the river pulls it across.
Yeah.
On cables.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And those guys are really nice. Like when I was staying at John Foster's place there, I took that way across a lot just for the heck of it.
No, I like taking that one too. No, this ferry is, it's like, it takes 20 minutes to cross the lake. They can do it in 5 minutes, but 20 minutes is so they put it on the half-hour to an hour schedule. So it makes a full circuit back and forth in 1 hour, right? And it'll haul 5 loaded logging trucks plus 20 cars.
That's a big ferry.
They took out one of the big ferries on the Kootenays and brought it over here.
Right.
We had a ferry that was built specifically for the lake here, and they tore it apart last year, but it wasn't quite big enough to get B-train logging trucks on. So they could only get 2 B-train logging trucks on, and they wanted to get 5. So then they bought this other one.
All right, here's my question of the night, Brandon.
Oh.
Why?
Why can't you get a storm?
Yeah, why can't I get a storm?
I want to have some fun too.
Just all sitting out there in the back of the Bower Mountains, puking out lightning bolts.
There's literally me this week when there was a supercell bearing towards me, and I was like, please come my way, please come my way. I took a southeast turn the minute that I approached the city.
Even down the mountains, nothing's firing now. It's quiet out there. I mean,
it's
West
unless you
Caribou,
get
lots,
like a frontal system or something out there to kick things off. I don't think you're gonna have much.
lots of new fire starts out there from those storms last night.
I heard about one by Desert Hill, apparently, or Drought Hill or something like that. It was on CBC News that there's a new fire start.
You got to know the name of the place you're talking about. Or you're not reporting. You're like, I heard something might be happening somewhere. It's not reporting. You got to have solid details, It's just sticking to the mountains tonight. All the storms have just been really sticking to the mountains today. It's been a little bit interesting, compared to yesterday was a lot more widespread.
Evacuation orders lifted in BC Okanagan as wildfire situation as lessened. Was near Kelowna yesterday that they apparently had a fire.
It's by Peachland. Fire West Kelowna.
Peachland yesterday.
So there's lots of lightning out there, but it's not really near the habited places. It's not even near me, really. I mean, that's
like our fire here is between Binta Lake and Fraser Lake, and that's an uninhabited area.
Yeah, that's up in the glaciers right now. I can't. There's no road to that place. I'll tell you that. I wish there was. I wish there was. But that does remind me, like, we didn't look when we were looking at the BC wildfire map earlier. We didn't look at Kelowna. I think that'd be a good update to see what's fresh on that one right now. I'm just pulling up the details here. If you'll give me a minute.
All right. So I want to hear another interesting wild story I found today that I got almost the case of the giggles over on air. Okay. So reading this out earlier today. So it is illegal to die in the Spanish town due to overcrowded cemeteries. So the law gives the death penalty a whole new meaning. So in Lanjorin, a tiny village in Granada province in Spain, it's illegal for residents to die there. So yes, it's actually a rule. Former Mayor Jose Rubio put into place over 25 years ago. In 1999, Rubio provided the declaration that urged citizens to take utmost care of their health so that they do not die until the town hall takes the necessary steps to acquire land suitable for their deceased to rest in glory. So that's what that says. And hereby forbidden to die in Lorient, the edict added, making the policy crystal clear. So there you go. So according to the reports at the time, the mayor was being pressured to rapidly resolve the overcrowding problem in the local cemetery, even though it has been an issue plaguing the town for years. His solution, a snarky statue, or a statute, I am just the mayor, he said. Above me, there is God, and ultimately one who runs things, okay? And at the time, Rubio said everyone has taken the edict with a sense of humor and a strong desire to comply with it. So it's unclear whether or not the town ever got this expanded cemetery, but 26 years later, still only has one graveyard and limits. Aside from the bizarre burial ban, the village is perfectly normal town, they say. Home to 4,000 residents, best known as wellness destination, thanks to nearby mineral-rich springs. Recently became popular under the radar travel spot among Gen Zers on TikTok, especially. And yeah, given the current interest in the area, wild publicity stunt has resurfaced, and it's making it rounds on the internet, cropping up on random meme pages and Instagram and TikTok, all those places. Certainly drastic approach to death. Rubio's far from the only mayor to make the move. So there you go. He's not going to make the move. So they're going to still be pretty much not allowed to die in the town. So yeah, something to think about. What happens at court if you almost die?
Well,
yeah,
the
well,
law right in Canada.
Yeah.
The law actually says it's illegal to die in Canada, and it's also illegal to be alive.
Ah.
It just depends on how you read the way the law's written, right?
Well, that'd be terrible. You miss court. They'd be like, "Where is the defendant?" It's like, "Well, he couldn't make it today."
Yeah. Or if you almost had a close call or something, you get to court or something, and what do they say? How dare you try to die here? I don't know.
What do you do for those people who just die of old age? Are they like, are they now like told to go to court? Their families to go to court?
No, you throw them in a pit of bones. So updated on July 31st at 12:09. Keep in mind. So I don't know what the status of this fire growth is since then. I mean, we can look at firms and see if we see anything. Obviously, there's a couple neighborhoods there. A couple neighborhoods there that did get evacuated. They're under evacuation orders. Some evacuation alerts in the general area. I know I have a friend who lives there who had could see it very well out her back window yesterday. And that was concerning. So I messaged this morning, are you evacuated? No. Okay, good. So we don't have an update since noon. So with all the heat and whatnot and wind, I mean, I'm just going to assume that anything is possible here. But if anything crazy happened, I'm sure we'd be hearing about it, right? Yeah. So that's
yeah. Looking at the latest webcam, doesn't look like much else. I don't see any big plumes of smoke there. So.
That's good. Well, the thing is about that fuel there is there's not a lot of it, right? It's like desert grass and sage and sticks and this and that. So it's like if a fire rushes over it fast, often it will burn the fuel up. And, unlike when you have a fire here, like the fire that's going on here today, they hit with the tankers a bunch of times. You wake up tomorrow, there's hot spots all over. It's going to start trying to wake up, warm up, and do its thing again, right? It's like it's got places to live underground. It's got duff layer, heavily wooded. So that's the thing about I found working fires in the past in the Okanagan and in Kamloops areas is that you know, once it does its run, if it sits down long enough, you know, it's the mop up's pretty easy. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen a fire there before when I was Kelowna, like 2007, 2008 or something, and a little fire popped up on the hill. Everybody's like, "Oh no, a fire's up!" And fire was gone by, I'd say, late afternoon. It was done. So it was a small. It was small. I saw it from where we were in Kelowna there, but yeah. And then it was all over the radio stations, and they had big broadcasts over it as well. And then next day it was gone. Wasn't a thing anymore. So.
yeah, I mean, we even had that on some fires I was at too, where like it was like all over the news, like holy cow, Savannah's on fire and the Highway 1 shut down. Like the next day, it was like, you know, we were like having to really look to find a hot thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, there's one, like a big competition. I think like our crew found 13 hot spots the next day. Like, and it's mostly gravel, rock, and dirt, and it's like there's nothing there to hold heat. There's no roots burning under the ground much. You know, there's just not much there. So a lot of these fires. But then again, like I say, they were saying at noon that it was expected to grow. So like I don't know. You know, in this heat, I just can't guess if I don't have information, right? Surface fire with some open flame this morning. So like, you know. But yeah, they had Okanagan Lake's a good water source there. They got 35 firefighters on hand. We got aviation. The air tankers and the skimmers were there. Bird dogs were there. 3 helicopters responded yesterday. Aircraft will supplement ground resources. And it says retardant and water delivery yesterday was effective at cooling fire behavior. But, you know, fire behavior could increase today was the thing. So is firm still up? Still got firms up. Do we see... couple dots.
I'm actually getting a little bit concerned about southern Manitoba because we haven't had a decent rainfall in a while, and the crops are quite small. Like the sunflowers, usually around this time of year, are quite high. They're barely like a foot high. My concern is we're gonna get like into some fire behavior towards the fall.
It is pretty fucking funny, eh? Mount Drought. Like it just
I heard about that in the news and I was like, what? There's a town in BC called Mount Drought.
No, it's not a town. It's a mountain. Hello? Mountain, see?
Oh,
Mount
I'm
Drought.
not paying attention.
Mount Law, Mount Cold Ham. You know, yeah, I like ham cold sometimes.
Yeah, it's good.
And another Lookout Mountain. That's crazy. How many
like
Lookout Mountains have we seen today? And then, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, showed some activity on one end and the other end today. Can't guess where or what or how much, but I think if it was a big story, people be talking about it. So I'm guessing that
I'd see it all over my socials and such. And
yeah, I think there's been a lot of success.
Radio stations in Kelowna there.
2 pale dots, good success. That's good sign.
Yeah.
So, whereas this looking pretty active still over there by Lytton, looking pretty active.
How are the fires in Manitoba looking in the north?
There it is. Near Puyallup. Anyways, I'm getting hungry. I got company.
Yeah, I'm going to head off to bed.
I think so.
How are the fires looking in northern Manitoba right now?
Like active. Yeah, a lot.
Oh my gosh.
And we were looking at all this
I'm
pre-show
starting to wonder
tonight.
if they even have firefighters out there.
Oh, I'm sure they do, Mike. I'm sure they do. I'm sure that's a lot of efforts being expended to make sure everything's but yeah, I mean it's just too much to like even dig into. Like at one point this year there was a few enough fires, though they were very big, it was easy to track what they were doing and what was what and what's going on. But as you can see here, it's just like every one of these little numbers is like an individual fire, which makes everything even that much more confusing for someone who's not really from Manitoba and whatnot. But yeah, that's that. I'm real hungry. I need to eat something. Thanks for being on the show tonight, everybody. Thanks for being out there, audience members. And oh, wow, thanks, Helen. You're the friggin' best. Oh, the time to reply to the super.
Everyone.
And I say thank
Have a
you,
good night.
Helen, so much for the super donation. Totally, you guys feed me, man. do my best here to make a channel that's meaningful and helpful and useful to my province and people around me, and gives you the information you need when things are going crazy, like has been kind of the case this week in BC. And not to say I told you so, but I fucking told you also. I got another forecast right this year. Yeah, there was honestly, I was saying this to Sheldon Clare, our MLA, was here tonight, and I he was talking about he said post and ghost, because I was talking about how I put my forecast up to this BC wildfire information Facebook group, and then all these people are commenting like fear mongering and what's your qualifications, the one guy says, and someone else said there's like just a bunch of really crappy comments. And I'm like, man, this is a wildfire information group, and a guy's trying to give you some information about the weather that would be the main driver of wildfire behavior, maybe, like, and I just didn't answer, because it's like, I don't have to argue with these people or prove anything. Like, I don't have fucking time for this. I don't. Like, I just don't have time to deal with every individual little battle. And that's what Sheldon said. He said, yeah, that's politics. You got to post and ghost. I was like, yes, I got to remember
Post and ghost. That's my motto now.
Yeah. And like, I just put it up there, and then
when I have my tough days,
what everyone says, like, I don't fucking care what they say. Yeah. And the other saying I got tonight was from Brandon: severe clear. That's what's going on in Wells tonight. There's some severe clear going on. It's
severe Boston, Manitoba.
Gonna have to wait for tomorrow, I think, for my next opportunity. But I mean, I got to see a supercell develop today. It was lovely. I mean, it's not like I wasn't lucky in that way. In fact, if you give me a second here, that's what we'll end the show with. I'll show you a couple time lapses. I just don't think I downloaded.
I'm gonna go. I gotta eat.
The sprinklers.
I'll watch on YouTube, Joey.
Okay, here comes the one. Okay, well, just wait there. You're just gonna miss out on my amazing time lapse. Why does everything have to be
severe
so
clear?
Why does everything have to be so weird on Zoom? Like when I try to look up a file or something like that. Well, it wasn't severe clear. It was.
I know. I'm kidding.
Look, it was right there. It was right there.
Whaling. That's amazing.
And it was a supercell just over to the left there, kind of out of sight.
Nice updrafts.
There it goes. Yeah, booming.
There's the
anvil. Right there. I could hear the thunder. Yeah, anviled out. Each storm was doing that, each cell, but I just didn't
see you.
Yeah, that was a lovely looking. And then, of course, also though was this going on, right? So I haven't looked at the. There's our fire burning. You can see the aircraft flying by really super quickly.
Yeah.
Doing their bomb and drops.
Oh, there's Joey. Yeah.
I should post this one to the socials next.
He's quick. That Joey only.
Oh, yeah. I'm like,
look at how fast he is.
I got 3 cameras going. I'm so fast.
Oh, yeah. Look at him. It's just like a mouse.
Yeah. Severe clear. Hey, fair. Okay, that's the show, everybody. That's the show. Thanks,
Joey. Appreciate those time lapses.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Thanks, Helen out there. You appreciate it. She says good night. Yeah, good.
I'm headed to the beach on Wednesday.
Gary says 147 days till Christmas. Gary said, and I hate Christmas, Gary. Don't remind me of that. It's like we finally have a nice warm day in Wells. Finally, they hit 32 degrees here the last 2 days. Gary's like, Christmas. Like, no. Okay, that's the show. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for being here. Listen on the radio if you want, or Apple and podcast.